So today we are at Abbott Northwestern in Minneapolis. We're working on the enabling project, which is basically building a skyway from one side of the campus to the other in preparation for the critical care tower that will be built later this year. Currently, we need to build the temporary skyway because right now patients to and from the hospital are going through a parking ramp, and that ramp has to be demoed in order to build the tower in its place. So that temporary skyway is being used for pedestrian traffic, and then we will take it down once the tower is in place. So for the temp skyway, we are utilizing BLUvera's prefabricated panels. I think just ease of install is why we went with the prefabricated panels. So instead of having a framer on site and then, we have say a metal panel installer on site and then a roofer, you have 3 trays. So instead of having 3 trays, you just have 1 on site to do all the install. We'll drive it down to where we're installing. We'll rig it to get it on the ground. So we rig it, we tip it up, and then we fly it into place. We have 1 guy on a boom lift and we have 2 on the deck. So those 3 people will install the single panel. From a safety perspective, it's safer to build it off-site, and especially when you consider this site and how busy it is, the less people we have on site, ultimately the safer it is. So taking half of that work, the building portion of it, to BLUvera, and then we only have to install it when it's ready, is ultimately gonna, drive a safer job site at the end of the day.
My name is Dylan Huss, APM BLUvera. So what we have behind us is manufacturing line for our Allina project. So it's cold form framing with insulated metal panel project. It's one of the first that BLUvera has done where we're going to fully finished panels. And the IMP system, it's kind of a 2-part system that we're taking a lot of girts insulation and stuff like that out of the equation. So the exterior facade on these panels is what's called an IMP, or an insulated metal panel. It is your exterior insulation, the rigid insulation, and it is wrapped in this case, 24 gauge metal system. So instead of having traditional stud framing, sheathing, air barrier, girts insulation, and then a rain screen facade, we're able to take everything outboard of the stud here and put it all together into one solid piece. The main reason why we went with this system with the IMP as opposed to a traditional sheathing, girts insulation, and exterior rain facade is we're able to take all of the processes that you would typically see on that exterior facade system out in the plant and bring it all in and do it in one step. With a 5-man crew, we're hitting 5 full panels a day. So that's roughly 1,000 square foot of fully finished panel. So everything from your stud out to the rain screen system, fabricated out of the shop per day. When you think about that as an on-site item, they can set 8 to 10 per day. So if we get built out ahead, they're setting 1,500 square foot of fully finished space a day. And hopefully what that means is when you go to like our system and it's a temporary skyway, we're getting watertight earlier. We're getting other trades in to finish stuff out earlier. We are enabling earlier than we would typically see. And hopefully we're getting onto the next step or the big process that much quicker, cutting down our GC costs and hopefully easing everything for everyone.